Hey, my beautiful family and friends. How are we? Doing good. I am sitting and in meditation. I'm sipping coconut water and still I'm in awe of all of these catastrophic events and immense shifts that are happening on the planet right now. And it really has me contemplating and thinking about the wild feminine and the connection of the feminine energy to the earth, not just the earth but the moon. And wow, it's a lot happening right now, and so I even am in tune with all of it because I'm wearing this cheetah print today and feeling very wild. I've twisted my hair and I'm being a rebel, right? I'm like looking like a Rasta. And just in that energy of receiving, right? The wild feminine receives. She doesn't strive, and it's a more reactive energy than a going out and like doing. And so it's about stopping to embrace your cycles and your softness and your stillness, even in all of these shifts that are happening, right? And I've been doing that, and I've been really returning to my power. And what's coming online for me is a lot of inspiration in the world and in creativity, the desire to create things, and the balance that I share with my partner, and being the divine feminine and he the divine masculine, and balancing those energies and those forces together under one roof. And it has been quite a journey, and I just am happy that he understands. It's not about how women are too emotional or some of the societal norms. It's more about emotional depth in our house, and that's actually the source of wisdom and power. And he can appreciate it because he's a Cancer sign, and that is the most feminine of the masculine in the cosmos. So or just astrologically speaking. And so Cancer is ruled by the moon, and so are women. And so each of those cycles, it still influences, we know it influences the tides, the ocean tides and the waves. And women with wombs, it has an effect on that, and hormones, and just inner worlds, even for the men Cancers. It's affecting us in such a profound way. And so feminine energy mirrors the moon, and how the moon reflects so much light that it absorbs. And so that's what I'm doing, is just taking a lot in this world, and then I'm reflecting the truths and the intuition in what I'm feeling. And I'm just so happy that I have this platform to be able to do that. And I want to get deeper in this topic. I remember listening to an audiobook called Women Who Run with the Wolves, and I loved it. I even shed tears just listening to myself be described so perfectly. And I didn't have the words myself, but it was done in such a beautiful way with fables and stories, right? Allegories. But in a nutshell, it was talking about how the wild feminine archetype is untamed, it's cyclical, it's intuitive, and it's something that was feared by the patriarchy, the men in charge, because women way back when would bleed and they would not die, and this would happen in a cycle, and it wouldn't happen to the men, and they couldn't understand it, how it would just be like 7 days of bleeding and then go away and then keep happening. And the whole creation of life itself, but recently, in July, there were a lot of reports from women saying that they stopped ovulating, or they didn't have a menstrual cycle at all, or it was very delayed in the least. And I thought that this news was something that should have been on breaking news, but apparently they don't report such things, just like how they're not reporting all of the floods and volcanoes and melting glaciers and magnetic shifts that are going on in the earth. So the feminine energy that is the planet and the connection that it has to us women, what that shows is it's not a coincidence, right? It's something that's actually cosmic and spiritual, because the earth, it's backed up and it's out of balance right now. And so are we, feminine energies. You might be experiencing constipation and emotional stagnancy, or all the signs, like with the disrupted menstrual cycles, all our signs that are about resonance. And so that frequency that the earth is giving off, it's a bio-intuitive kind of signal, and women can pick up on that. We are extremely sensitive to those kinds of frequencies, and it is that way so that we can sense danger or energetic upheaval, those kinds of threats to the family and to the babies that we protect. And that's beyond what is obviously on a lot of social media. And so I just wanted to put that out there, that even though I had a hysterectomy and I don't have a womb anymore, that space still holds that energy. I saw some fascinating videos on TikTok where they took different like biological materials like leaves and fruit and that sort of a thing, and they clipped off the tip of the flower or the leaf, and they put it under a certain type of light that could read energy, and that light energy was still showing in the shape of the tip that had gotten cut off of the leaf, for example, or that petal that got taken off of the flower. And so energetically it still exists, and a lot of amputees say the same thing about still being able to sense feelings in the leg that had been chopped off. So it's a phenomenon, and I experience still having cycles and energies of my womb, even though it's not there any longer, because fertility is about more than just creation of babies or reproduction. It's creative power for sure, but it can be spiritually used, like birthing visions. So now is a good time to journal or do the moon circles that are the gatherings that I have, where we either release or set new intentions for the moons, and just getting into a more creative flow. Overall, it's just time to elevate into a higher frequency, and that's what's going on with the Schumann resonance. It's all elevating at the same time, the earth and all of its people. And so this is the key time to tap into that divine feminine energy, especially us women. Because if you've grown up in America, chances are you got the narrative that we're all supposed to be doing, and overachieving and striving and proving that we can do everything all by ourselves and achieve success in our careers and high status and things, right? That's what we've been taught, but this is a patriarchal mindset that we've been given, and it's been conditioned in our minds to live that way, but it is way out of balance with the divine feminine energy, which is more receptive. And the divine feminine energy is about not chasing and magnetizing instead. Magnetizing, to be magnetic. You are drawing things in toward you. You are attracting what it is that you need, right? And that goes for inspiration or creative ideas or love. We just receive all of those things and resources, and we make magic with them, right? That's what women are known to do. Take all that in, whatever resources that we have, we make something incredible with it, including babies, but creative inventions as well. And if we are in a receptive mode, right, we're just like, I'm just calling in what I need. I trust that it'll get to me. I'm not going to chase it. I'm going to sit right here. That doesn't mean that you're being lazy, right? I had to learn this. It's okay, and it's not like being passive or, just letting the world pass you by. No, that's called being in alignment, and good things will come. You just have to have the faith that it will be provided to you by the universe. And so, I was in that same patriarchal system where we were just taught to prove ourselves through our action or what we have and performance and productivity, right? But just keep that in mind, that receiving is a sacred power. I know that some of us go through divorces, and that kind of forces us to be in a masculine power that is about surviving. But eventually you have to give yourself permission, like when you feel safe, when you're finally out of that survival mode, to go ahead and let yourself receive the goodness that comes to you when you just remain in that divine feminine energy. And you can think of it like the womb. The womb is a sacred and dark space for creativity, for creation, I should say. It's silent, it's mysterious, and it doesn't look like movement in there. Things move very slowly, and that's why sometimes the most powerful thing you can do as a woman is be still and open up and trust. And so I just want to put that out there, that feminine power isn't about doing anymore. It's, if you're doing it as a community or as a hive, right? If you're the queen bee, you have a whole hive that's working to bring you things, working to come and be together, right? And so that is a very trusting thing, that all of the bees that are out there working hard are going to come back to the hive and bring their part to the whole. And I just love that, how nature shows us some really key wisdom that is about how we're meant to be as well. Trusting the timing, trusting our intuition, and trusting our body's wisdom. And that's why a lot of us are stepping back from the hustle culture. I have never felt more in my divine feminine than I do right now. And what I've been doing is just being in rhythm. And it's not about being in a race. I'm not rushing for anything. I'm taking my time, and things are happening in sacred timing. And I'm focusing on doing what inspires and excites me every day. And even if it's just sitting here holding space with you lovely people at home or wherever you may be, that's what I'm taking time out to do, even if I'm not seeing a monetary return on that. I'm still investing energy into it because I know that it's going to inspire someone or be a good word that they need to hear at this time. So hopefully that's you, and this is helping you in some way to stop and slow down and just listen to the words that I speak. And so if you stopped bleeding last month and you didn't get your menstrual, it's not saying that something's wrong with you or that needs to be fixed. You're not broken, okay? You're just needing to honor and listen to what your body is saying. And what it's saying, like if you don't bleed, that means that your body is pausing for integration. It's like a spiritual download time, and it's for safety, right? Sometimes your body will say, not now. I just don't think I can do this whole cycle in this energy. It's like not in this stress, right? Not in this chaos. And so that's actually sacred protection. And sometimes trees, they don't bloom year round. Some years trees actually stay without leaves coming out, or they just stay like twigs, and it's gathering energy for the next cycle, and then it may start to blossom and bloom again. And so a skip period doesn't have to mean that you're broken, okay? It could mean that you're shifting or evolving or upgrading even. It's a sign to slow down and to go within. And so the earth is fluctuating. That's why you're fluctuating as well. It's just showing you even more this deep connection that you have to the earth. And so if your cycle didn't come last month, say thank you. Thank you, body, for protecting me, for holding me, and listening to the cosmic rhythm that I can't always see, but I feel and I know it's there. All right, so that's my good word for today. This one was for all the ladies out there, but hopefully, men, there was a little bit that you could take away from this too. So at any rate, peace. Love you guys.